The book of Genesis is the first book of the Bible. It is a book of beginnings. It tells us how the world began. It tells us how humankind began. It tells us about the beginning of God's relationship with humanity. Genesis is a foundational book. Its stories and characters have shaped Western literature, art, and thought for thousands of years. Genesis is divided into two parts. The first part tells the stories of creation, Adam and Eve, Noah, and the Tower of Babel. These stories are shared by Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The second part of Genesis focuses on the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and Joseph. These are the ancestors of the Israelites, the people who would eventually form the nation of Israel. The stories of Genesis are often called myths, but this doesn't mean they are untrue. Rather, it means they are stories that convey deep truths about God, humanity, and the world. They are stories that have been told and retold for generations, shaping the way people understand themselves and their place in the universe. Genesis is a book full of wonder, drama, and profound insight. It is a book that continues to speak to us today, offering guidance and inspiration for our own lives. It is a book that invites us to explore the fundamental questions of existence. Where do we come from? What is our purpose? What does it mean to be human? The creation story in Genesis is one of the most famous stories in the world. It has been passed down through generations, capturing the imagination of countless people. This story is not just a tale, it is a profound narrative that has shaped cultures, religions, and philosophies for millennia. It is a story of God's power and creativity. The sheer magnitude of the universe, with its vast galaxies and intricate details, speaks to the boundless creativity of the divine. Every element, from the tiniest atom to the grandest star, is a testament to this divine artistry. It is a story of how God brought order out of chaos. The world, once a formless void, was transformed into a harmonious and vibrant creation. This transformation is a powerful reminder of the potential for order and beauty in our own lives, even when we face chaos and uncertainty. In the beginning there was nothing, a vast emptiness, a void without form or substance. This profound nothingness set the stage for the most incredible act of creation ever known. Then, God spoke, and there was light. This light was not just a physical illumination but a symbol of knowledge, clarity, and hope. It marked the beginning of a new era, a new reality filled with endless possibilities. Genesis tells us that God created the world in 6 days. Each day brought forth new wonders, from the separation of the waters to the creation of land, plants, and animals. This structured progression highlights the intentionality and purpose behind every aspect of creation. On each day, God spoke, and something new came into being. His words were powerful, bringing forth life and order. This divine speech underscores the importance of words and communication in shaping our reality. He created the heavens and the earth. The vast expanse of the sky, the solid ground beneath our feet, all came into existence through his will. The heavens, with their celestial bodies, and the earth with its diverse landscapes, are a testament to his grandeur. He created the sun, moon, and stars. These celestial bodies not only provide light and mark the passage of time, but also serve as symbols of constancy and guidance. They remind us of the divine order and the rhythms of life. He created the plants and animals. Every living creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, was crafted with care and purpose. The diversity of life on Earth reflects the richness of God's imagination and the interconnectedness of all creation. And finally, he created humankind. Humans were made in his image, endowed with the ability to think, feel, and create. This unique position comes with both privilege and responsibility, as stewards of the earth and as reflections of the divine. The creation story is not meant to be a scientific account of how the universe began. Instead, it is a theological statement about who God is and what he is like. It provides insight into his nature, his intentions, and his relationship with the world. Instead, it is a theological statement about who God is and what he is like. It tells us that God is the creator of all that exists. This foundational belief shapes our understanding of the world and our place within it. It tells us that God is the creator of all that exists. Every mountain, river, and star is a testament to his handiwork. This realization invites us to see the world with a sense of wonder and gratitude. It tells us that he is powerful and wise. His wisdom is evident in the intricate balance of nature, the laws of physics, and the beauty of ecosystems. His power is seen in the vastness of the universe and the forces that govern it, and it tells us that he has a purpose for his creation. Every element of the universe has a role to play, a place in the grand design. This purpose extends to us as well, giving our lives meaning and direction. The creation story reminds us that we are not accidents. We are part of a deliberate and loving act of creation. This knowledge can bring a sense of peace and belonging, knowing that we are valued and cherished. We are created by God, and we are created in His image. This means that we have inherent value and dignity. Our worth is not based on our achievements or status, but on our very existence as beings made in the image of the divine. This means that we have inherent value and dignity. It also means that we have a responsibility to care for God's creation. We are stewards of the earth, entrusted with its well-being and sustainability. It also means that we have a responsibility to care for God's creation. This responsibility calls us to act with compassion, respect, and wisdom, ensuring that the world remains a beautiful and thriving place for future generations. The creation story is a story of hope. It reminds us that even in the midst of chaos, God is at work. He is continually bringing order, purpose, and beauty into the world, offering us hope and assurance. It reminds us that even in the midst of chaos, God is at work. He is bringing order out of disorder. This ongoing act of creation is a source of inspiration, encouraging us to find hope and resilience in our own lives. He is bringing order out of disorder. Just as an artist transforms a blank canvas into a masterpiece, God is continually shaping and refining the world. This creative process is a testament to His enduring love and commitment to His creation. He is creating something beautiful and good. The creation story invites us to see the world through the eyes of the Creator, recognizing the beauty and goodness that surrounds us. It calls us to participate in this ongoing act of creation, contributing to the harmony and flourishing of all life. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden is a story about the beginning of humanity. It is a tale that has been passed down through generations, a cornerstone of many religious teachings, and a narrative that explores the very essence of human nature and our relationship with the divine. It is a story about choice, consequence, and the nature of good and evil. The decisions made by Adam and Eve in this ancient garden set the stage for the moral and ethical dilemmas that humanity would face throughout history. God created Adam, the first man, from the dust of the ground. This act of creation was not just a physical formation, but a divine act that imbued Adam with a soul, making him a living being with the capacity for thought, emotion, and free will. He breathed life into Adam's nostrils, and Adam became a living being. This breath of life was a gift from God, a spark of the divine that animated Adam and set him apart from all other creatures. God planted a garden in Eden, a paradise. This garden was a place of unparalleled beauty and abundance, filled with every kind of tree that was pleasing to the eye and good for food. It was a sanctuary where Adam could live in harmony with nature and with God. He placed Adam in the garden and gave him the task of tending it. This task was not a burden but a privilege, a way for Adam to engage with the creation and to fulfill his purpose in the divine plan. God said it was not good for man to be alone. Despite the beauty and abundance of the garden, Adam felt a deep sense of loneliness, a longing for companionship that even the presence of God could not fully satisfy. So from Adam's rib, he created Eve, the first woman. Eve was not just a companion but an equal partner, created from Adam's side to stand beside him, to share in his joys and sorrows, and to help him fulfill the divine mandate. In the garden, God placed two trees, the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. These trees were not just physical entities, but symbols of the choices that Adam and Eve would have to make, choices that would have profound consequences for themselves and for all of humanity. God commanded Adam and Eve not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This command was a test of their obedience and trust in God, a way to see if they would choose to follow the divine will or to go their own way. He warned them that if they did, they would surely die. This warning was not just about physical death but about a spiritual separation from God, a loss of the intimate relationship that they enjoyed in the garden. However, a serpent, often interpreted as Satan, tempted Eve to eat the forbidden fruit. The serpent's words were cunning and persuasive, planting seeds of doubt and desire in Eve's heart. He told her that it would make her like God, knowing good and evil. This promise of divine knowledge was alluring, and Eve's curiosity and desire for wisdom overcame her obedience to God's command. Eve was deceived and ate the fruit. In that moment, she made a choice that would change the course of human history, a choice that would bring sin and suffering into the world. She then gave some to Adam, and he ate it too. Adam's decision to eat the fruit was a conscious act of disobedience, a choice to follow his own will rather than God's. When Adam and Eve ate the fruit, their eyes were opened. They gained the knowledge of good and evil, but this knowledge came at a great cost. They realized they were naked, and they felt ashamed. They hid from God. This newfound awareness brought with it a sense of guilt and shame, a feeling of being exposed and vulnerable. When God confronted them, they blamed each other and the serpent for their disobedience. This act of shifting blame was a further sign of their fallen state, a refusal to take responsibility for their actions. As a consequence of their sin, God banished Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. This banishment was not just a physical expulsion, but a spiritual separation from the divine presence. They lost their paradise and experienced pain, suffering, and death. The world outside the garden was harsh and unforgiving, a place where they would have to toil and struggle to survive. This act of disobedience is known as the fall. It is a foundational story in many religious traditions, a story that explains the origin of sin and the human condition. It is the origin of sin in the world and the reason why humans are separated from God. The fall is a reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the importance of following the divine will. The story of Noah's Ark is a story about God's judgment and mercy. It is a tale that has been passed down through generations, illustrating the profound themes of divine retribution and salvation. This ancient narrative has captivated the imaginations of countless people, serving as a powerful reminder of the consequences of human actions and the possibility of redemption. As generations passed after Adam and Eve, sin spread throughout the earth. Humanity, once pure and innocent, began to stray from the path of righteousness. The descendants of the first humans became increasingly corrupt, indulging in acts of wickedness and turning away from the teachings of their Creator. The world, once a place of harmony and peace, descended into chaos and moral decay. The world became filled with wickedness and violence. People fought against each other, and the land was plagued by strife and bloodshed. The once thriving communities were now overshadowed by greed, envy, and hatred. The cries of the innocent were drowned out by the clamor of conflict, and the earth groaned under the weight of human sin. God saw the corruption of humanity and regretted that he had made them. His heart was filled with sorrow as he witnessed the depths of human depravity. The Creator, who had once looked upon his creation with joy, now felt a profound sense of grief and disappointment. The divine plan for a world of goodness and love seemed shattered by the relentless spread of evil. In his grief and anger, God decided to send a great flood to destroy all living creatures on earth. This cataclysmic event would serve as both a punishment for the wicked and a means to cleanse the world of its corruption. The flood would be a reset, a chance to start anew and restore the balance that had been lost. The decision was not made lightly, but it was deemed necessary to preserve the sanctity of creation. However, there was one righteous man named Noah who found favor in God's eyes. Noah was a man of integrity and faith, standing out amidst the sea of corruption. His unwavering devotion to God and his adherence to a moral life set him apart from his contemporaries. In Noah, God saw a glimmer of hope, a beacon of righteousness that could guide the future of humanity. God commanded Noah to build an ark, a large boat, to save himself, his family, and two of every kind of animal from the flood. This ark would be a vessel of salvation, a sanctuary amidst the impending deluge. The task was monumental, requiring immense faith and perseverance. Noah, however, did not waver. He accepted the divine command with humility and determination. Noah obeyed God's command and built the ark according to the instructions given to him. He worked tirelessly day and night, driven by his faith and the urgency of the divine warning. The ark took shape, a testament to Noah's dedication and the guiding hand of God. Each plank and beam was a symbol of hope and a promise of survival. He gathered his wife, his sons, and their wives along with all the animals, and entered the ark. The animals came in pairs, representing the diversity of life that would be preserved. The scene was both solemn and hopeful, as Noah's family and the creatures of the earth sought refuge from the impending storm. The ark, now complete, stood ready to fulfill its purpose. Then, the floodgates of heaven opened, and rain fell upon the earth for 40 days and 40 nights. The skies unleashed their fury, and the waters rose with relentless force. The world was engulfed in a deluge, a torrent that swept away the remnants of the old, corrupt world. Inside the ark, Noah and his family could hear the roar of the storm, a constant reminder of the divine judgment taking place outside. The waters rose and covered the highest mountains, wiping out all living things that were not on the ark. The earth was transformed into a vast, unbroken expanse of water, with only the ark remaining as a solitary beacon of life. The magnitude of the flood was unimaginable, a testament to the power of divine will and the severity of the judgment rendered. After the rain stopped, the waters receded for 150 days. Slowly the floodwaters began to diminish, revealing the contours of the land once more. The process was gradual, a slow return to normalcy after the cataclysm. The ark drifted on the receding waters, a vessel of hope amidst the desolation. The ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. This marked the end of the journey and the beginning of a new chapter for Noah and his family. The sight of the mountain peaks emerging from the waters was a sign of deliverance and a promise of renewal. The ark, now grounded, had fulfilled its divine purpose. Noah sent out a raven and a dove to see if the waters had dried up. These birds were messengers, sent to explore the world beyond the ark. The raven flew back and forth, while the dove returned with an olive branch, a symbol of peace and new beginnings. This simple act signified the gradual restoration of the earth and the end of the flood. When the dove returned with an olive branch in its beak, Noah knew that the floodwaters were receding. This small but significant sign brought hope and reassurance to Noah and his family. It was a confirmation that the worst was over, and that the time to rebuild and renew was at hand. Finally, after a year, God told Noah to leave the ark. The long period of waiting and uncertainty had come to an end. The doors of the ark were opened and Noah, his family, and all the animals stepped out onto dry land. The world they emerged into was cleansed and ready for a fresh start. Noah, his family, and all the animals disembarked. They set foot on a renewed earth, a world that had been purged of its former corruption. The sense of relief and gratitude was palpable as they began to explore their new surroundings. The journey of survival had reached its conclusion, and the task of rebuilding lay ahead. Noah built an altar and offered sacrifices to God, giving thanks for his deliverance. This act of worship was a profound expression of gratitude and reverence. The smoke of the sacrifices rose to the heavens, symbolizing the connection between the divine and the mortal. It was a moment of solemn reflection and heartfelt thanksgiving. God made a covenant with Noah, promising never again to destroy the earth with a flood. This covenant was a divine assurance, a promise of protection and mercy. It marked a new beginning for humanity, a fresh start under the watchful eye of a compassionate creator. The covenant was a testament to God's enduring love and commitment to his creation. As a sign of this covenant, God placed a rainbow in the sky. The rainbow, with its vibrant colors, became a symbol of hope and a reminder of God's promise. It was a beautiful and enduring sign, a bridge between heaven and earth, signifying the everlasting bond between the Creator and his creation. The story of Noah's Ark, with its themes of judgment, mercy, and renewal, continues to inspire and teach valuable lessons to this day.